Ladies and gentlemen, you already know the vibe. You know when I'm talking. I'm gonna be talking to somebody else. I got a special guest hanging out with me today. I'm super excited because she's one of my favorites. And after this interview, she gonna be one of your favorites. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce the one and only Allura's World. What up, baby?
Hello.
I'm so happy to have you. Let me get this.
I'm so
I'm just
happy we could
excited.
get this.
Look at you. Look at you glowing.
Thank you. It's that Miami
Glowing.
sun.
Just got back in town. Where was you at?
South Beach, Miami.
Oh, wait, how was that?
It was awesome. We stayed in Treasure Island, like where all the celebrities live. It was
Wow.
super nice.
That's so dope. That's so dope. So it was this the first time that you really got to do like this type of trip since COVID?
Yes, and it was my first time being in Miami, like as an actual adult.
Really? Ooh, hey,
Being over
it's different
21.
when you go out there grown now.
Yes.
That's
I
what's
can get
up.
into the clubs.
See? How no, so what's a night like with you and your girls? Y'all go to the club. Like how is it got run it to me.
So the first night there, we flew in. It was like 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Everybody rushed to our little Airbnb. We got dressed and we went straight to the club. We got to the club at like 12 or 1. We stayed there until like 3. We got back to to the Airbnb, and we hung out like until 5 by the pool. And then we went to sleep, woke up that next morning at 9, got ready to get on the boat. And then we stayed on the boat for like 12 hours.
For real? Oh, I bet that was
Yes.
so fire. Was that your
It
first
wasn't
time doing
like
that?
Yeah, it was my first time being on this specific type of boat. Like this one was air conditioned. It had a living room, like 2 floors.
Oh.
It had like a balcony. It was super dope, super nice. It had a kitchen, like they catered food in. So we were there all day. It was a bartender. We had drinks.
Oh, that's
It was lit.
lit. Hey, look, that is so and you know what? I think with like for me, I'm starting to see some of my friends I haven't seen in a long time. So was it the same thing for you? Like, was it really exciting to like be with your girls again? Like, cause I know I'm be.
Yes. And not having to really wear a mask because we all
Mhm.
been tested for COVID. We all been vaccinated. So it was nice to really be in an atmosphere where I didn't have to feel anxious or apprehensive.
Ooh, we see. I love it. Round of applause for that. Round of applause for all the ladies. Hey, and you know what? We gonna get into this because I was watching your interview with my people over there in real life. Them my guys over there, great guys. And you know, you were speaking on how you're big on like this, you know, women empowerment, girl power, all the black girl magic. I'm for that all day. So give everybody like some idea of like where you stand with that. What's your whole you know theme behind letting people know that we about the girl power here.
Well, honestly, I'm a feminist for one, but then also like with all of my girlfriends, they know that I'm ride or die. Like if we are on a trip and we're with some guys and it's something that one person doesn't agree with, then we all leave. Like
That part.
nobody's getting left behind. We move together. Like nobody is gonna feel left out or singled out. Like when I say women empowerment, like everybody should feel empowered.
That's so dope. I love that. I love that. What and you're to me because I'm much older than you, but right, like you're young, like you're on it. Like and like when I look at like people that's in your age group, I really really admire how you like stick up for what you believe in. Is that something that like say for instance growing up in your household was that something that was like okay for you guys to do? Because some people don't really let you have that voice. Is that something you always had?
So growing up, I did not. And I think that's why I'm so adamant about it now. Not necessarily in my household, because my parents were very adamant about us speaking up for what we believe in. But like when I would go to school, I always had teachers that picked on me because like I was the know-it-all. Like I knew everything. I corrected the teacher and stuff like that. But whenever there was an issue that was being pressed, I was never able to speak up about it because I always felt like I had to respect authority
Hmm.
and I didn't want to come off as disrespectful. So rather than speaking up for myself, I just allowed people to believe whatever that it was that they believed about me. And now I'm just not going to do that. I'm not having it at all.
You know what? A round of applause for that. Don't do that. So what transitioned you to being able to be, you know, confident in speaking up for yourself and what you believe
Honestly, just my journey throughout life, going to different schools, having those teachers to pick on me, having the girls from cheerleading pick on me, like just my overall experiences with people and how they treated me made me want to be a person that is super confident and someone that's just not going to back down on any issue.
I love that. I love that about you. And I think that, and we're going to kind of explain to the audience who's not familiar with Allura, what you do. But I think that to me, it kind of transcends into your music as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Allura is a dope singer. You write your own music too, don't you?
So it's like a collaborative effort. I can't always get all of my feelings out there. Like I'll be able to say things, but I can't add that special twist to it that it needs. But I'm getting better at
Oh, I
doing
love
things
it.
by
I love
myself.
it. And you speak from a perspective of like what you go through. So when I listen to your music, I feel like I can relate to the stories. So let's kind of find out where, like, what prompted you to even be like, yo, I'm gonna get into the studio. I'm gonna write these songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, what started it?
Okay, so funny story. I have always been engulfed in the performing arts industry. Like I danced from the time that I was 3 years old up until I was 16. I've been in several musicals, but I never actually exercised my musical talent because I didn't really feel confident in it. Like my body has always been something that I could rely on. Like I could stretch myself to the limit in that aspect, but not really my voice.
Okay, okay.
But I went to college and I was talking to this guy and like he played me. And after that, like I didn't know how to feel. Like not only did he play me, but this dude was also ugly. So it hurt my pride.
Yo, that's the worst. Hold on. Do I gotta
Like, first of all, I gave you a chance. Like, did you forget who was ugly in this situation?
that's always the worst. Like that's always the worst. Like the worst. Like make me want to
I'm
fight.
embarrassed. Like, so embarrassed. I will never, if he ever, whenever I become famous, if he ever says he knew me, I'm gonna be like, nah,
So
no,
he
you didn't.
so he decided to play you.
Yes. So
Let me
he
ask
decided
you
to
this. Did
play
he
me.
pursue you?
Yes. Like he was aggressive with it too. So I was just like, my mom even said, like, give him a chance. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm gonna let my guard down. I'm gonna talk to this man. And girl, it took like 3 months and I was played. And so I felt stupid. And I don't know, like I was really hurt by the situation because you were the one that pursued me. You pressed me.
Mhm.
And then when I finally gave you the opportunity to entertain me, you want to play me and lie. I was just like, okay. So instead of being petty and doing things that other girls would do, like breaking windows, slashing tires,
Yeah,
pulling up at his house, I
yeah.
decided to exercise my healing in a more mature way. So I started writing,
Okay.
and like I was writing my feelings for the longest time in this journal, which I still do now.
Okay.
But yeah, I was writing my feelings and then it kind of sounded melodic. And so I was just like, you know what if I actually try to record this? Like I can kind of sing. So I'm gonna try it
Man,
and see
I'm
what
so glad
happens.
you did. I'm so glad you did. I can't, man. Listen, y'all. Like, for anybody that's watching right now and they haven't heard your music, what's gonna happen is y'all gonna hear her talking as if this is just, write my feelings in this journal. I let me go try and sing, and then when you hear the music, you gonna be like, well, goddamn, this is just kind of something. Like that's how I feel when you say this story, man. Like you are so fire. So you
Thank
get into the
you.
studio, right?
Yes.
And how is it like recording these feelings that you had?
So honestly, like Happy Birthday to My Ex started out as like this sad, like a sad album. But I realized like over time, I recorded this when I was like 19 years old.
Okay.
I'm 23 now.
Oh, that,
So the initial recordings were kind of sad. And I realized like as I was growing through the healing process and I was becoming more of a mature adult, I was like, you know what? By writing these sad songs, like, yes, they are my feelings, but like, it's a choice to be broken. So I'm not going to allow somebody to have this type of power over me. So instead of like releasing all these sad ballads, I decided to make it a turn up album.
you didn't turn that thing. I'm so look, man. Come on, I'm gonna be clapping for you all damn show. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. When I listen to, I have now like in my playlist, right? I have the songs that are like my favorite of Allura, the ones that I play like out. So, what you want to do is on the that's on the top of the list, but it always switches between windows down. Like it rotates depending on how I feel.
Yes.
So, like when you say turn up, like were you having like because sometimes the creative process is interesting. So, how were you able to get those feelings? Because when I hear what you want to do, I be wanting to go on a date. Like I
Yeah.
probably want to go on a date. Like let me hit the text or something, you know. And then when I hear windows down, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm slaying today. So how are you able to get those feelings to come across in the recording process?
So initially, like I said, it was like a bunch of sad ballads, but I realized who I also wanted to be as an artist. Like, I don't want to be the type of person or the type of artist that you only listen to when you're sad or that you only want to listen to when you turn up. Like, I wanted to create music that people can listen to like throughout all moods. But um all the different songs on Happy Birthday to My Ex are like my different stages of grief. Like, I felt like a bad bitch when I wrote Windows Down. So like I'm riding with the top down.
Oh,
What You Want to Do? Yes, it was inspired by going on a date.
ooh, see?
Like all of them were different, my different stages of grief. I didn't want to be basic and like have acceptance and acrimony and like all those different stages of grief. So I had to do it like my grieving process.
That's
Yeah, I'm gonna be
fire.
sad a little bit, like I wasn't around you,
Mhm.
insecure, but at the end of the day, like it's all about how you bounce back.
I love it. I love it. And not only were you able to bounce back, let's talk about what this album did because ma'am, you on the what the Apple charts, top 100. Like, come on, man. This is just something you like. I'm just saying, you're supposed to be doing this because not only do you drop this album, and like you said, it's kind of like you going through your different stages of grief. You know what I'm saying? But now you charting. Like, how does that feel? Like in the whole process, like going from hey, this situation that broke my heart to I'm writing these thoughts to I'm recording these thoughts and I'm putting it to the world. How does that feel?
So, ooh, I'm getting a little emotional. I'm
That's
sorry.
hey, you should. You man, you deserve all of it.
Thank you.
Yes, take your time.
But like everything in my life that I've done, like college, school, I've always had to work so hard for it. Like it was not something that really came easy to me. So when it came to music, like me writing my feelings and recording it and releasing it, I didn't expect to have this type of success. Like it was just something for me to do to heal. And I actually ended up being pretty good at it. So it's kind of weird, like having to work so hard for everything else in my life and then something like this coming so easy.
Oh my goodness. You watered all these seeds all this time, like just blossoming. That's so man, that's so fire. That is like and I love like my platform, my show is when anybody watches it, I would hope that they get some bits of inspiration. And your story, I'm telling you, it can inspire some people. When we're looking back and we're looking at this project and the other music that you're gonna do in the future, what do you want people to say about Allura's world?
I want them to say that for one, I'm a boss.
Facts.
Two, I'm not going to be sad for a long time. Like I'm going to always choose. Well, no, I'm not going to always choose violence, but
In most cases, we are though, okay?
exactly. But yeah, I'm always going to bounce back. I'm always going to have good, high energy. I'm a positive person to be around and a positive person to listen to.
Ah, man, and look, say that, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to really, really. I'm telling you, every week I have this music review on Facebook. I do right. I started doing it because of COVID. We couldn't go anywhere. I love sharing music. That's my passion. So I let people send me their music. I play it, and every week, I promise you, since for the last 2 months, every song I play of yours, it gets gas. Like no, like people are like, oh my god, like my brother. Like he's like, oh, she on some Beyonce level. Like that, he always says that. Like yesterday, he was like, man, she sounds like Beyonce on this song. And I was like, you know what? She kind of sound like Solange. Like we was arguing, like we was going back and forth. Like, I think she sound like Solange on this one. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really, really am excited for what the future holds for you. Let's do this. Let's tell everybody where to find you. How can they connect with you? All your socials, all that good stuff.
You guys can find me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, TikTok as well. It's Allura's World. That's ITSALLURAS World.
Love it, love it, love it. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and because I like I said, I'll talk your head off all day. We're gonna have to come back around when you drop in some more stuff so we can keep them in the loop. But let's introduce whatever song you want me to play. Let's do that. So you just introduce the song and it's gonna roll to that.
Awesome. What's up, world? It's your girl Allura, and you're listening to my hit single, What You Wanna Do.
Right here's Meet the Plug. You know what it is.
Baby, one night, can we break all the rules that we got for one night? One time, baby, one night. Can you hold me in your arms till the break of dawn, till the sunrise? One time.